All right, and welcome everybody. I'm Andy Little. I'm one of the vice chairs for the ACOEP CME committee, and I'm here with one of our great speakers coming up for the ACOEP Virtual Scientific Assembly, Dr. Heath Jolliff. Heath, thanks for hopping on.
Hey, Andy, great to see you. Thanks for having me.
So to give you a little bit of background on Dr. Jolliff, he is the clinical professor of emergency medicine at the Ohio University Heritage College of Osteopathic Medicine, and also is a former program director at the Dina Regional Medical Center in Emergency Medicine Residency Program. He's also a founder and the president of the Mid-Ohio Toxicology Services and is a certified executive coach and founder of Physician Coaching Solutions. Now, he kind of give everybody a sample of what you're going to be talking about at Scientific for us.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. I've got three topics that I think are pertinent for all folks in emergency medicine. We're going to talk about the infamous urine drug screen and drug screening in the emergency department. A lot of folks have this option to do this. Sometimes we're required to do it. And we're going to talk about kind of what the science is behind it, why it may or may not be such a great test, and what it really does for you, and most importantly, for your patients. So we're going to talk about the utilities of that. We're also going to talk about what new drugs of abuse and new drugs are we seeing across the country, because the typical things that we are used to seeing are still there, but there's always something new that's coming out, and depending on what part of the country you live in. So we're going to talk about that and what you can expect and what you might be faced against when you're looking at these and treating the patient. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is the topic of, and everyone's got a different term for it, but I still use excited delirium. Mm-hmm. It's the patient that comes in often with police and EMS and very agitated, very sweaty, very difficult to control, has a lot of issues for you and your staff, and then may decompensate very quickly. And the question is why? What's the best management for those folks? And how can we keep everybody safe, including the patient and your staff during these situations?
Yeah, of all the talks you're giving, one, I love all three of them. It helps that I helped handpick the topics for you. But also, I'm really excited about this excited delirium talk because I feel like amidst COVID, it's the one set of patients that has never gone away. And if anything, we've seen a rapid rise in both in local, but also national notoriety as we've seen it on the news.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I was going to say, you can see this on the news, even for the lay press or the lay public. They're kind of getting aware of this because it's out there and that. And so we need to know what's the best way we can treat these patients and keep everyone safe.
So Dr. Jolliff, on top of all the cool stuff you're doing for Scientific Assembly, we did want to kind of get to know you a little better. And I know the answer to this, but I want the listeners to and the viewers to know, what is your ideal vacation?
Oh, well, the mountains of Colorado or anywhere like that. I just did a 2-week, I call it my midlife crisis trip. I went out to the major national parks in Wyoming, Montana, Colorado. And I'm actually getting ready to head back to the mountains of Colorado right before ski season starts, which will be hopefully the second week in November. So yeah, I'm a cold weather person and I love the mountains. And even if it's not cold, I like the mountains.
Yeah. Although I live in Florida, I completely agree with everything you just said. So, Dr. Jolliff, we're really excited for you hopping on. We want everybody watching to head on over to ACOEP.org to learn more about Scientific Assembly and to register.